Hello, children. Welcome to today's English teleteaching program. Today, we'll discuss the last part, that is the third part of the grammar chapter, the noun phrase. Before that, I would like all of you to look at the screen. You can see a man in the sugarcane field, a mother sparrow, and some little sparrows in a nest. So, you just guess what might be the beginning of our grammar session. So, before going to read about these three pictures, let's have a recap session for 2 or 3 minutes. Then we will discuss this story in which you can find all these pictures, right? So, let's go to our recapitulation. What we discussed in the previous sessions. We have already discussed this noun phrase in 2 sessions. In the previous 2 sessions, we have already finished the identification of noun phrases and head noun, the structure of a noun phrase, and the most important elements or the main elements of a noun phrase, like the predeterminers, determiners, adjectives, ordinals and cardinals, intensifiers, classifiers, which are called the pre-modifiers. So, we have discussed all these things. Let's discuss the rest of the things, and we will begin our discussion with those pictures. The picture of a man in the sugarcane, the picture of a mother sparrow, and the picture of little sparrows in a nest. Let's go to the picture. And you just listen to me first, right? I'm going to tell you the story about do your work yourself. You just listen to me, and then you will read the story and we will discuss. Once a sparrow had built a nest in a field of sugarcane. The tiny sparrows, the little sparrows, they were living in that nest. So, my dear children, there was a sparrow, mother sparrow. She had built a nest, and in that nest, the tiny or the little sparrows, they were living. One day what happened? The farmer came to the field with his young son. I am going to cut down the sugarcane tomorrow, he said. I have asked 3 men from the village to help me. He said to his son, my son, tomorrow we will cut down all the sugarcanes from this field, and I have already requested 3 people to come and to cut down the sugarcanes. Right? So what happened? When the mother sparrow came back to the nest in the evening, the little birds, those who heard this from the old man, told her of the changes. Oh mother, tomorrow the farmer will cut down the trees. We will have to find another place tonight, they said. Not yet, little ones, he won't cut tomorrow. That is certain. I am certain, mother sparrow said. I am certain. Tomorrow he won't cut down the sugar canes. The next day the farmer came to his field, but the workers did not come. Right? So it became true what the mother sparrow said yesterday. Tomorrow I am going to cut the sugar cane. The farmer decided not to depend on others. I will help you, said the son. The farmer said, oh son, I have asked 3 persons, but they did not come. So tomorrow I will cut down the trees, the sugar canes myself. And the son said, I will help you. When the mother sparrow heard this news in the evening from the little sparrows, she said, yes, he is cutting down the trees, the sugar canes tomorrow. It is dangerous to stay here. I am going to make another nest for us in the next field. So mind your children. So what happened? When the mother sparrow said, heard that the farmer will cut down the sugarcane himself, he said, it is certain, tomorrow he is going to cut down. So you listen to the story, now you look at the story, and again you listen to me. I am going to read out the story, and you listen to me. At the same time, you also look at the story, the passage, right? Very beautiful image, picture. Sparrows are there in the nest inside the sugarcane field. A mother sparrow had built a nest in a field of sugarcane. The tiny sparrows in the nest where they were living happily. One day the hard-working farmer came to the field with his young son. I am going to cut down the sugarcane tomorrow, he said. I have asked 3 men from the village to help me. When the mother sparrow came back to the nest in the evening, the little birds told her of the changes. We will have to find another place tonight, they said. Not yet, little ones. He won't cut down tomorrow. That is certain. The next day, the farmer came to his field, but the workers did not come. You see, the field is there. The sparrow is with the little sparrows. Mother is with the little sparrows. And the farmer did not come. But what happened? Next day, the farmer came. Tomorrow I am going to cut the sugarcane. The farmer decided not to depend on others. I will help you, said the son. When the mother sparrow heard this news in the evening from the little sparrows, she said, yes, he is going to cut down the cane tomorrow. It is dangerous to stay here. I am going to make another nest for us in the next field. So, my dear children, what did you learn? This story teaches us a very good lesson. Means we should not depend on others for work. We should do our own work. So that's why the title is very nice. Do your work yourself. If you depend on others, then you may not complete the work, or the work may not be completed in time. Right? This is what the story teaches us. Let's go to grammar. You just see. I have collected 2 sentences here. Now you study the following sentences, 2 sentences, and there are 3 noun phrases. In the first sentence you can get 2 noun phrases, and in the second sentence you can get 1 long noun phrase. A mother sparrow had built a nest in a field of sugarcane. So a mother sparrow, this is a noun phrase, and it is used as the subject in the sentence. Had built what? A nest in a field of sugarcane. गोटे आखु क्षेत्र ता भितर गोटे बसा सी करथिला मा स्पारो. तुम जानी सर स्पारो बोले कौन सब, राइट? द टाइनी स्पारोज इज छोट छोट सब चढ़े मैंने कौन कले इन द नेस्ट वे आर लिविंग हैप्पीली. सो देयर आर 3 नाउन फ्रेजेस. ए मदर स्पारो, a nest in a field of sugarcane, the tiny sparrows in the nest. In these 3 noun phrases, we have different types of elements. You just look at number 1, a mother sparrow. A is the article, that is one type of determiner. Mother, that is a noun, name of one class of man, woman, mother, right? And the noun here functions like an adjective. So here the mother noun is called a classifier, and sparrow is the head noun in this noun phrase. Now come to number 2. In number 2 noun phrase, a nest in a field of sugarcane, or is the determiner or article. The head noun is nest, and in a field of sugarcane, again they are post modifier and preposition and noun phrase, prepositional phrase. So my dear students, In one, we have pre items before the noun head noun sparrow. In noun phrase 2, we have both pre and post items. In noun phrase 3, you just see the tiny sparrows. Sparrows is the head noun. The tiny, the is the determiner, tiny is the adjective, and in the nest is the preposition phrase, post modifier. So the structure is determiner plus adjective plus head noun plus post modifier or prepositional phrase. So we listen to the story. We have collected these two lines from the first paragraph of the story, and in these two lines, two sentences, we have three noun phrases. In the first noun phrase, we have pre modifier. In the second and third noun phrases, we have post modifiers and pre modifiers. Let's go to the next thing. You just see. Look at the following sentences. Flowers are beautiful. The red flowers are beautiful. The red flowers in the pot are beautiful. They are beautiful. So the red flowers, then we can extend by using the red flowers. Then the red flowers in the pot. You just see how we can extend the noun phrase. And again we can also reduce the noun phrase by using a pronoun for the whole noun phrase. My dear children, only because of this you look at number 4, IV. They is the pronoun which is used for the noun phrase the red flowers in the pot. So for 6 words, the red flowers in the pot, there are 6 words in this noun phrase. For these 6 words, one word is used that is in the form of a pronoun. Pronoun is also one class of word, and this comes under nouns also, right? So when it is possible to replace a long noun phrase by using only a single pronoun, this single pronoun is also called a noun phrase. That's why in grammar a single word is called a noun phrase. This is the logic. So now you remember, noun phrases may have a single word like flowers in the first sentence. In the last sentence, they. So noun phrases may come in the form of, or we may have only single word in 1 and 4. We may have pre-modifiers like the second one, the red flowers. So flowers purpuru achi the red pre-modifiers. We may have both pre-modifiers and post-modifiers like the third one, the red and in the pot. Flowers is in the middle. एटा को पिले देख 6टा वर्ड अच्छी 6टा रे फ्लावर्स है हेड नाउन ता पूर्व द अच्छी रेड अच्छी प्री मॉडिफायर 2टा वर्ड इन द पॉट अच्छी 3टा वर्ड गोटे प्रेपोजिशन आरंभ होइछि प्रेपोजिशनल फ्रेज तक कुआ जाए सेटा हला प्री पोस्ट मॉडिफायर तेनु आमे वी कैन गेट नाउन फ्रेजेस with single words, we can get noun phrases with pre modifiers, we can get also noun phrases with only post modifiers, we can also get noun phrases with both pre and post modifiers like the third one, right? So let's see which items we have already discussed. Let's discuss very clearly which items can be used as pre modifiers of the noun phrase. And you can get here 8 types of words which can be used before the head noun. They are called determiners, articles, demonstratives, numerals, quantifiers, possessives, like this. Again we will go to the next slide. So let's discuss these 5 items first. Articles. You know we have articles o and the. O and an, these are indefinite articles and the is the definite article. Indefinite means not specific. If I say the elephant means there is a particular elephant, I am talking about that. If I say there was a flower, there was a king, means there was a king means the king is not specific, that is indefinite, right? गोटे बनरे गोटे सिंह थिला गोटे सिंहटा किए मुझे जानी किंतु जो मुझे कहि से ही सिंहटी से आम बसैबा द किंतु प्रथम बसैबा अ देयर वाज ए लायन इन ए फॉरेस्ट द लायन वाज very big, it was very wild, like this, right? So demonstratives, you now see this, that, these, those, these are called demonstratives. They are also one type of determiners. They are used as post modifiers or before noun phrase, before the head noun, right, in the noun phrase. So you just see this elephant, that elephant, this book, this table, that table, these pens, those trees, those children. So these are all demonstratives, and they are also one type of determiners, and they also are used before the head noun in a noun phrase. Numerals 1, 3, the first, the third, we have already discussed. There are two types of numbers: card numbers or cardinals, order numbers or ordinals. When we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this, we say card numbers. When we say first, second, third, fourth, fifth, last, next, these are all order numbers or ordinals. When we have two types of numbers, we first use the ordinal numbers. First 5 children, first 5 cricketers, first 5 books, like this. The last one, the last 5 children. Exactly, when we have two types of numbers, we use the order number first. Then come to IV, quantifiers. We have different types of words we use like quantifiers: many, some, few, much, little, like this. So many flowers, some books, countable, a few children, much water, much milk, little water. These are used, much, little, these are used for uncountables, right? Possessives: Chunus sat, my friend, his house. You see, Chunus, my, his, their, all these are possessives, and they are also used as pre-modifiers or before the head noun in the noun phrases, right? So my dear children, now you look at number 6, distributives, which are called distributives in a noun phrase. Sometimes we use each, every, either, neither. All these words, they are used as post modifiers or before the head noun in the noun phrases. And these words like each, every, either, neither, these are called distributives in the noun phrase. And sometimes we have also multipliers: double the number, twice the quantity, 1/3 people, 1/3 apple, 2/3 of the majority. All these things, they are called multipliers, and they are also used as pre-modifiers in the noun phrase, or we can use these words before the head noun in the noun phrases, right? Let's go to number 8, WH words. Whose book is yours? Which class are you in? Right? All these words, whose book, which class, whose pen, these WH words, they are also used as pre-modifiers in a noun phrase. If I say whose book, book is the head noun and whose is the pre-modifier, or that is also one type of determiner. So all these words, what we discussed, 8 types of words, they are pre-modifying words, pre-modifying class of words, and they are all called determiners, right? So let's go to the pre-modifiers of the noun phrase which are used other than these 8 numbers. We have other 3 types of words. In addition to the determiners, we can use adjectives, participials, and some nouns. We have already discussed. Adjective, suppose you see the white goats, a black cat, the white goat, we have already discussed. The is the article, we have discussed. This is a determiner, and this is pre-modifier, and what is the adjective. Black is here the describing word for the noun cat, and this is also an adjective. Running train, this is a new thing, you just see. Run is the verb. Sometimes we use the ing participles, right? Running train, smiling girl, right? We can say that reading boy. Sometimes you use like this. That means we use ing as ing with the verb as an adjective, or that functions like an adjective before the noun that describes the train, running train, the train which is running. Smiling girl, the girl who is smiling. Trained workers, the workers who have already been trained. You just see ing and ed difference. Ing means running train, the train which is running now. Trained workers means the workers who have already been trained. So sometimes we also use nouns, as we have already discussed. Nouns, when they are used as adjectives before the head nouns, they are called classifiers. Just you see a brick house. Brick is तुम जानिच इटा घर, इटाटा हूँ विशेष्य पद, घरटा भी नाउन. So brick used before the noun, head noun, that functions like, or that acts like, that works like an adjective, and that is called a classifier. So noun before noun. These are other pre-modifiers. So my dear students, we discussed 8 types of determiners and 3 types of adjectives, participles and nouns which can be used as pre-modifiers. Let's go to see the items which are used as post modifiers of the noun phrase. Right. The post modifier may be an adjective, an adverb, a prepositional phrase, a non-finite or a finite clause. You just see one by one. Adjectives, there is something odd about him. I can see something bright in the sky. So here you see something odd. Something, eti head noun, odd houch adjective. Something bright, something houch head noun, bright houch eti adjective. So they come after the head nouns. They are post modifiers. Let's go to adverbs. People outside started shouting. People outside. People head noun. The noun phrase is people outside. The whole, these 2 words, they come under one noun phrase. People outside. People head noun. Outside is the adverb, and that is the post modifier. The weather today is fine. The weather is the head noun. The is pre modifier, article. Today, that is another adverb, and here used as post modifier, right? So prepositional phrase, you see, people in general love Gandhiji. People head noun, in general, prepositional phrase. She is a girl from our village. A girl from our village. A girl, head noun, from our village is the prepositional phrase. From, preposition, our village, noun phrase. A preposition plus a noun phrase, that is a prepositional phrase, right? Then we have non-finite clauses. Did you meet the man sitting in the corner? So man is the head noun, sitting in the corner, that is a clause, non-finite clause, right? The book kept on the table. So kept on the table, this is also a non-finite clause, and they are also post modifiers, right? And the last one, we have some post modifiers like finite clauses. We helped the girl who was new in our class. People who work hard succeed in their life. You just see, who was new in our class, who work hard succeed in life. These are finite clauses. They are used as post modifiers. So my dear children, what we discussed in this session, we discussed the structure of a noun phrase. We discussed the pre-elements or items or pre-modifiers like predeterminers, determiners, adjectives, and we discussed post-elements or items or post-modifiers like adjectives, adverbs, prepositional phrases, finite or non-finite clauses. I think you have understood something, and please do all the activities which are there in your textbook. My dear children, we have discussed a lot of things. I think you have understood some of the things. Please do the activities at home and you can understand better. Thank you very much. See you in the next session.